The power's been out across parts of Britain for 3 days, police are hours away, and on your road tonight, someone is testing gates. Your expensive smart security, useless plastic when the grid naps. We'll focus on deterrence, early warning and layered defense, the stuff that still works in a blackout. Stay with me in the next few minutes, you'll learn how burglars silently test your home, especially in the new Britain, the one sound that makes them skip your property, and the simple upgrade almost nobody in Britain uses, but professionals hate. If you're new here, we do British bushcraft, preparedness and real world survival. I've been bumping into a lot of my subscribers recently, and I must say we have a pretty strong community here. Hit subscribe if you want to join that community and so you don't miss my next video. Why old school still wins, psychology and technology. Smart alarms are brilliant when everything cooperates, the power, the internet, the app, but modern criminals adapt. A cheap signal jammer, a cut cable, a battery pulled from a siren, and you're back to basics whether you like it or not. Criminals fear uncertainty, noise, time, witnesses, and dogs. Old school defense is analog, humane and awkward. It creates uncertainty, and uncertainty kills confidence. A blinking camera is predictable. A living, thinking animal, a neighbour who actually walks outside with a torch, that's a different game. How they case your house. Let's talk about how a burglar reads your property, specifically in the UK. The 90-second test. They rattle a gate, nudge a bin or try a side patch latch. Then they time your response. If nobody appears, no lights go on, no dog alert within 90 seconds, you're on the probable list. Shadow lines. They move where light meets dark. The edge of your security lights reach the hedge line, the car shadow. Most gardens have approach routes you've never noticed because you never walk them at night. Dead zones. Areas not visible from the street or neighbours. UK semis and terraces often have side returns or alleyways that are out of sight. If they can work there for 2 minutes without being seen, they will. Letterbox and door check. UK homes have letterboxes. They're often probed to see if keys are in reach or if there's movement inside. Your door furniture, your lock type, even your frame reinforcement tells a story. The who lives there scan. Is this place lived in or staged? A well-used broom by the back door, boots with dried mud, a dog bowl, cut kindling. These signal human rhythm. A burglar wants predictability. Rhythm means interpretations they can't control. Quick challenge. Tonight, step outside, stand across the road and look at your house like a stranger. Where would you approach right now? You just found your biggest weakness, the UK legal layered defense stack. Here's the good news, you can build layers that don't need power and don't look extreme. They look British, sensible, and they work. Layer A, boundaries that make noise. Gravel paths and driveways. Silent shoes hate crunchy gravel. If your approach is currently silent, add a gravel strip where a person must cross. It's old as time and it works in any blackout. Gates that actually gate. Fit a proper hasp and staple with a closed shackle padlock on side gates. Use coach bolts with the nut on the inside so the fixing can't be undone from outside. Reverse hinge pins or use heavy duty anti-lift hinges. Jingle or bell lines, analog alerts. A thin line with a small bell on approach routes, garden, side, shed is brutally effective. No power, no Wi-Fi, you'll hear it, and most importantly, they'll hear that you heard it. Wind chimes as trip indicators. Placed where air moves as someone passes, innocent to neighbours, frustrating to intruders. Unlike PIR sensors, chimes don't false alarm from cats in the same way, and they work in a blackout. Hedge in with teeth. Under vulnerable windows and fence tops, plant hawthorn, blackthorn, pyracantha, berries or holly. It's literally nature's barbed wire. It looks lovely until you try to climb through it at midnight. Avoid harmful traps. We're talking deterrence and discomfort, not injury. Comment down below any experiences or preventions you've done to stop people coming into your house. Layer B, doors and windows. This is where UK homes either shine or fail. Front door, wooden. Use a BS 3621 5-lever mortise deadlock plus a rim night latch so the door locks behind you. Add a London bar, frame side reinforcement and a Birmingham bar, hinge side, to stop the common UK kick-in. Install hinge bolts on outward opening doors so the leaf can't be forced off. UPVC or composite doors. Fit sash jammers as secondary locks and make sure your Euro cylinder is anti-snap. Look for TS007 Freestar or SS312 Diamond. Burglars in Britain know about lock snapping. Don't be the easy one. Letterbox security. Never keep keys within reach of the letterbox. Add a letterbox cage or internal sleeve. If you're struggling to keep up, I've added everything to my Amazon kit list. Head over to the home survival section and you'll find products that I use and recommend. There's a bug out list, car survival items and much more. Click the Amazon link in the description if you want to take your UK survival to the next level. Windows. Key locking handles on ground floor. Sash stops for vertical sliders. Secondary glazing film on side lights that shatter easily. Keep shrubs below sill height at the front so neighbours can see silhouettes if someone's at your window. Patio and sliding doors. Use anti-lift blocks and secondary pins. Add a visible bar across at night, old school and intimidating. Garages and sheds. Upgrade house to through bolted, use closed shackles, weather rated padlocks. Put a cheap loud battery pull cord alarm inside the shed door. It's analog chaos at 120 decibels. Layer C, light, sound and occupancy. Lighting discipline. When mains fail, don't broadcast panic. Use battery lanterns and oil lamps deeper in the house. At the boundary, solar or battery PIRs create sudden light only when needed. Avoid leaving predictable patterns, vary them. Sound signatures. A wind-up or battery radio near a window at conversation level implies awake, organised people. Change stations occasionally. It should sound human, not looped. The one sound pros hate. A dog's targeted alert, not the mindless bark, the change in tone when the dog locks onto a person. That sound says you've been noticed and you can't predict what happens next. Silhouette control. From outside, let shapes move occasionally. A passing figure, a torch sweep across the curtains, the crunch of gravel. Criminals fear unexpected rhythm. Layer D, humans beat hardware. Dogs, alert, not attack. Any breed that alerts at the boundary, not just the door, is gold. Train quiet alerts. Dog tenses, stares, tail changes, so you get the early warning without advertising it every time. Neighbour networks. Nothing is more old school British than neighbours who talk. Swap numbers, use a WhatsApp group or if you're into it, a little PMR 446 walkie-talkie. Agree a channel and a simple eyes on phrase. Visible routine, invisible capability. Don't peacock expensive kit, show competence. A pile of chopped wood, a torch by the back door, boots by the mats. That says present, capable, awake, not wealthy. The 3 types of intruders and how old school beats each. Not all threats are the same. Here's how to repel each with analog layers. 1. Opportunists, the majority. They want silence, speed and zero confrontation. Beats them with noise on approach, gravel, bells. Sudden light like battery PIRs. Immediate human signals. If they feel watched or timed, they move on. 2. The professionals. Organised, selective. They read locks, frames, routines. They hate uncertainty. Beats them with door and frame reinforcement. London, Birmingham bars, anti-snap cylinders. Letterbox cages and no keys near the door. Human cadence they can't schedule. Dog pattern, neighbour circuit, irregular lighting. They won't risk a hard target when easier ones exist. 3. The desperate, chaotic, risky. Hardest to predict, sometimes intoxicated, they don't calculate well. Beats them with multiple friction points. Gate plus gravel plus dog plus voice challenge. Clear human presence, radio, torch, silhouette. Neighbour response, pre-agreed signals, quick call out. Set a 90-second timer, have someone rattle your side gate. Can you get your eyes on the boundary before the timer ends? If not, fix that this week. Evening drill. With a friend, run the 90-second test. Practice a verbal challenge. Calm, neutral, alright, can I help you? From inside a locked door or upstairs window. This is British, not confrontational, and it breaks the intruder's script. Community is the cheat code. Old school Britain was safer because people knew each other. Walk by culture. Do a quick stroll in the evening with a torch and say hello to neighbours out front if you see them. That tells watchers this road looks at itself. Soft signals. A chalk mark by the lamppost at number 12. Snap a photo, drop it in the group. Anyone know what this is? Whether it's nothing or not, you just broadcasted awareness. Q&A myths. Won't cameras scare them? Sometimes, but when the grid's down or they're hooded, predictable tech is just another problem to solve. Do I need a big dog? No, a small, persistent, alert dog often beats a sleepy giant. It's about early warnings, not image. Is this overkill? Ask yourself this at 2 AM when the gate rattles. Would you rather have noise plus light plus time, or a dead app? If this opened your eyes, smash like so more Brits see it. Subscribe for no-nonsense UK-specific preparedness, and check out the Amazon kit list in the description for items I personally use and test. Comment down below your best defense for UK walk-ins. I highly recommend watching this video next, all about how to protect yourself legally in the UK. Stay wild, stay free, and I'll catch you in the next one.